up for Cyber Lunch.
Welcome back, friends, robots. We have a great show for you this week.
Oh, I thought you were going to say gentlemen.
Well, we could. Ladies and gentlemen, relatives, friends, quadrupeds. We'll be kicking off with our newfound game of the week, 20 questions, checking in on what we've been indulging this week, and talking briefly into the life and work of Mr. Jim Hensen. In the light of the Happy Time murders that just released this weekend, we thought it would be fitting to talk about the true work of art and legacy that man inspired. With that being said, I'm your host, Darrell.
I'm Justin.
I'm Jake.
Welcome to Cyber Lunch, a weekly podcast that deals with the nostalgia reflected and integrated into our everyday lives through growing up in the digital revolution. Plus a plethora of tangents and passionate discussions with special guests on our favorite music, movies, video games, and television shows of the past and today. You like that digital?
It's new to you.
Yeah, you screwed up digital. I thought
I don't know.
For sure.
That's what happens when you drink like 3 of these White Claws and you're just like, I thought this was pop.
It's water.
Yeah.
It's just soda.
It's only 100 calories. We're good to go. All right.
100 calories drunk.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what's going to happen. Next week, we're going to get into some fantasy football.
Yeah, maybe.
Can't wait for our draft. I've been looking at my little book.
Yeah. Sorry, ladies.
Yeah. Sorry, we're going to be eating pizza at Justin's house.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, shit, I got to get out of here. I got to work tomorrow.
Basically. She's like, oh, maybe I'll see what my friends are doing.
Yeah.
I can't wait for... it's always my favorite time of fantasy football is just hanging out and doing the drafts.
You know what my favorite time of fantasy football is? When it's not like 85 degrees and humid. It's like, okay, like everything's dying. The leaves are starting to come through. It's starting to get cooler. I love this time of year.
Actually, my favorite part of fantasy football is when it's over. Because...
And I'm collecting my winnings.
Or not, my stress level is at least falls a little bit.
I don't know.
Like 13 weeks of a panic attack every week.
I did a, what do you call a mock draft?
Yes, that's exactly what you call it.
I did not do well.
That's okay. You can't tell this early, man.
Yeah, you don't know.
Or are we doing a snake like last year?
No.
Snake!
A snake! Oh, crap battle.
We always do snake draft, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We're not doing it this year.
No, let's keep it.
We are keeping this off the air. This is...
Oh, it's... Okay. I'm sorry.
Business.
Jake.
What's up?
Let's hear what we got for 20 questions this week.
Well, first I'll do this week in gaming history.
Ah, yes.
Justin pointed one out.
Start out with that old chestnut.
Yeah, I spoiled one because I was so excited. There's another one I didn't spoil that I'm waiting to see if you don't say it, and then I'll
say it. I'm sure I'll say it for sure. 28 years ago, 1990, on the Sega Genesis, a port of an arcade game, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Yes.
Ooh.
Justin and I just played this.
That was going to be one of my...
We just played this game not too long ago, actually.
Yeah, we played it at Up Down when we went.
Nice.
He kicked ass. I died right away.
Did you
I was
turn
just
into the robot?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Level 2.
Yeah.
I think there was something wrong with the magnet inside that CRT because it was like doing the wave. It was just all
a really
fucked up.
Old
like
original cabinet.
It's just... And we tried to play Smash TV as well, and none of the buttons worked because they were all sticky.
Do you remember Smash TV?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
I have it on my Surface.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, on your Surface.
Yeah. I played on my Surface.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick, man.
Yeah. I like that game. That reminds me of Running Man.
That's exactly what it's based off of. Yeah, it was probably one of the first games I played. My dad showed me.
Yes.
By the way. One of my personal likes on a PC though, 1999 Command and Conquer.
RTS.
Okay, so when was that?
1999.
Was this the Red Alert version? Because I remember playing Red Alert.
No, Command and Conquer.
Oh, okay.
No, Red Alert was...
I thought that was like a expansion or like an offshoot of Command and Conquer.
Yeah, Command and Conquer is way before 99.
Right, and then there was Red Alert, I think. Tiberian Sun was the third or fourth.
Okay.
Red Alert was the
I just
best.
wanted Command and Conquer.
No.
Shout out Command and Conquer.
Shout out. That's right.
Yep. Let's see.
You're going to sing a show tune?
I'm trying to see if Darrell would know any of these. Path of Exile on Xbox One.
God, that sounds really familiar.
22 years ago, 1996. Released on the PlayStation. Tekken 2.
Yes, one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Eddie Gordo is one of the best fighters, in my opinion.
I agree.
That and King, he's badass.
King is my favorite.
Yeah.
16 years ago on the GameCube, 2002.
Oh, God.
You can probably guess.
Oh, well, it's probably a sports game.
Nope.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's a Mario game. Super Mario Sunshine.
Sunshine. Fuck, I was going to say that,
on,
too.
man.
Yep.
I know. I remember getting
I
that.
never played that. I played Galaxy.
I remember getting that bundled for like $250 from Best Buy back in the day. Around there.
A lot of people rate that as one of their top Mario games of all time.
I found it charming. I don't know why people hate it so much. Delfino Plaza was awesome. Like, I loved exploring it. Go ahead. I'm going to talk about that
Oh,
too
it's
much.
all good. And like Justin said, 1997's Goldeneye on the Nintendo 64.
Goldeneye. The game that doesn't hold up.
Pew, pew. The PP7 noise when it hits like metal. That was my favorite.
Did you guys hear that like one of the developers of Goldeneye like came out and basically said that like Oddjob was put in as like a last ditch effort and that they consider him cheating?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm like, well, duh.
We always used it whenever we played multiplayer. Nobody could. You're like,
That's because you literally had to stop, press the R trigger, then aim down.
That's why that game doesn't age, because the
controls are terrible.
Yeah.
But I remember
it does age.
Grinding the shit out of that game.
Oh, it was
and
the
being
best.
able to go through the single player campaign like flawlessly. Know where exactly where everybody
Faculty
is.
was my favorite.
except Jungle. That was not.
I like the
easy
part
level.
where the jungle was hard.
Oh,
But I like the one where
that's
you, the very beginning, when you snuck down through the little vent and dropped down in the bathroom and then went through that compound. That
Facility.
was so sick.
Yeah, dude. Facility was my favorite level too.
And then
multiplayer too.
And then it had like a superimposed like 3D version of God. What's his name? He played.
Sean Bean.
Yes, Sean Bean.
006.
Yeah,
On the
006.
antenna one, what was that one?
The what?
The antenna level.
That was Cradle.
Cradle.
Yeah,
Yep,
the
that was
very
one.
end level.
I like that one too.
Yep.
For snipers, pretty much.
God, I remember renting that.
My last.
That was a good one, man. That's
Yeah, it's a great game.
Can I just say one thing? The first time I ever saw that game, I was at a Labor Day party at my cousin's house, and whoever was there was like doing like he was playing the final boss in Super Mario 64, and all of a sudden, like the first time I've ever experienced 4-player GoldenEye is at that party. Somebody else had that game, 4 controllers, and it was like everyone was downstairs, like all of us, like all the kids at least. There was at least 10 of us like swapping out and screaming. So
whoever wins gets to keep going. Everybody else
keeps the sticks.
Yeah. Dude,
Pass the sticks.
Yeah, if you had a copy of that, it was hot and it was always going.
I remember Super Mario 3, right? Back with the raccoon tail.
Yeah, Tanuki. Is it Taduki or Tanuki?
Tanuki. I don't think it's Dookie.
Oh,
Dookie
yes.
Tanuki?
Taduki.
Tucci Benucci.
The Tucci Benucci.
Tucci Benucci. I remember playing that in my buddy's basement very vividly in my life. That's one of the major things. I remember the first time I saw Star Fox and played that by myself in my dad's house in Columbia Heights. And I also remember everywhere I went playing GoldenEye with people at house parties.
Oh yeah,
everybody played it. It was
that and Smash Brothers were like the 2 house party games.
I never played Smash Brothers though.
Oh, you should have.
I never.
It was
did.
good.
The original was the best.
Literally the only time I played
That's
Smash
debatable.
Brothers.
Yes, it is.
Was at Best Buy at a demo on a TV.
See, like if
Never
me,
played
you,
it.
and Justin got together and played like Ultimate, this like just for fun, like had a few beers, we'd have fun.
Oh,
playing.
dude, I'm ready to play that because I know you're gonna get it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The last one
Play
I'm gonna
what?
do.
Smash Ultimate,
The new
with
one.
all the characters.
Oh yeah.
The last one I'm going to do before I do your 20 questions is I just had it, now I lost it. Talks amongst yourselves.
Do.
Oh, 17 years ago, 2001 on the PlayStation 2, Devil May Cry.
The very first one.
Oh man. What year?
Okay.
2001.
I have a very specific memory with this, and also I saw the trailer tangent for Devil May Cry 5. It looks sick. It looks fucking gorgeous, man.
It looks fun.
Oh my god! But I remember renting 2 things at Mr. Movies that night. One,
Mr. Movies. All right.
Devil May Cry. 2, Ghosts of Mars.
Where were you that you could rent at a Mr. Movies in 2001?
Excelsior in
Ghosts
Shoreview.
of Mars with
Ghosts of Mars.
That's actually a good movie. Well, the book is better. Book is awesome.
That movie's garbage.
Of course, anyone that reads is like, the book is better than the movie.
No, the movie.
Because you create the perfect
movie.
picture in your head that you want to see. Of course, it's the best.
That was who made
Ice
that?
Cube.
John Carpenter, man.
Carpenter, yeah.
And it was.
Oh,
Garbage.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was just.
The only scene I remember is that they're in like the jail and they're like
Watch it
scratching
again.
themselves and
Watch it again.
That's why I think it's garbage. I originally liked it and then watch it again.
pretty much it's like The Happening with Ice Cube. Like that's what I remember. It's like some mist comes in and like fucking infects everybody, and then
Yeah, they unleashed like a ancient possession or something.
I actually kind of want to rewatch that.
The
now I
gore
think about
level
it.
in that movie is solid, brother.
I should try it
Solid,
again.
brother.
It's been at least 5 years.
And everybody dies. Everybody's
I
expendable
was
in the movie.
at God bless him, my uncle Dave's house, and he took me there and then brought me back home, and then he had some friends over and we all had dinner or whatever. But I remember he had just got a big screen TV, and I went over there for the night with a surround sound system, and he let me play Devil May Cry on his big screen with surround sound. I'm just like,
Yeah.
like just I don't know what kind of face you even want to call that in the dead lights.
That's an O face.
The O face for sure.
Yeah. Dude, that game was it was sick. Even the DMC, the reboot, I liked.
I heard it
still
was
own
okay.
I still have it.
I never made it through the whole thing, but what else is fucking new with me and with
Yeah.
games?
You
It's
probably
great.
bought 4 other games to replace it.
I know. I like get like 3 hours into a game. I'm just like, I'm just gonna try something else over here. That's never failed
You're
for
kind
me.
of a sampler.
Kind of, yeah. I'm just like the buffet picker. I just kind of like yum, 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 and then I go on
I
to
do
the
the
next
same.
one.
Especially with indie titles and stuff, I do the same.
Yeah.
Anyway,
20 questions. Bring it.
Let's do it. Do.
the game this week for your 20 questions
Here we
was
go.
released 31 years ago,
Okay.
1987,
I was about to say that's right.
on August 22nd. So this was on a Tuesday, I believe.
Okay. This is pretty simple. I feel like it's going to be pretty simple.
Okay, well, go ahead.
First question I want to ask: are there skeletons?
Yes.
Okay, so I already have a really good idea what this is. Actually,
Okay.
go ahead. I don't want to ask all the questions, but so there's skeletons. I like that.
Is it arcade only?
No.
Is it a Nintendo console?
Yes.
Okay, I'm even hotter right now. Go ahead. We're playing tennis right
Did you
now.
look back? Did you look at the?
I swear to God, I did not. I swear to God, I just have a feeling.
Okay.
On my life, I did not look. I do not like to play
I think
games
you're
like
wrong,
that.
but
No, but I feel
don't-
like I'm getting in. I'm in the
He's
sweet spot.
really confident right now.
I'm feeling
it might
pretty
be
confident.
The White Claw.
It might be the White Claw.
Sponsored by White Claw.
Sponsored
And
by
Funko
Funko.
Pop.
Yeah, Funko Claw.
I don't know it. I'm gonna go off Darrell's confidence. Are there ghosts in it?
yeah,
Does this take place in a castle?
exclusively or
Yeah.
no?
Okay. So
Are there-
we could be looking at Castlevania. I'm not sure what specific iteration, but it could be that. It could be Ghosts and Goblins. It could be. Fuck. Well, what?
Well, why don't we narrow it down?
Okay. So it's on a.
Pretty sure Ghosts and Goblins was out before 87 or after 87.
Well, that
No, I
was
don't
was my
know.
guess. That's why I asked
well,
about
keep going,
ghosts.
keep going. I'm giving you too much already.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, you really are.
So it's a side. Is it a side scroller?
No.
Oh, so that totally throws. But it has skeletons
And ghosts.
and ghosts.
What year was
Well-
it released?
Fuck, side scroller question.
Oh, jeez.
I can't exclusively. No, not exclusively.
I don't know what that means.
like only that. You know what exclusively means? What the hell?
So it could be top down
Really,
or
that seems
side
kind
scroller.
of that seems kind of weird for such long ago that they'll change up format styles.
Okay, I'm okay.
It was on Nintendo, you said, right?
Yep.
Yes, so it's on Nintendo.
Oh man, you're.
Was it well received?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Are
so
there sequels?
Oh yeah.
so now we're looking at Zelda. For sure. 87, that'd probably be a good year. I don't know a lot about Zelda, but
That sounds about right.
okay. Is it? Well, that's like an open
Full of
world.
shit. He's full of shit. I can see it in your eyes.
I can
That you're
see it
lying.
in your eyes. I can see it in
No.
your smile.
I wouldn't. I swear to God, in my life.
No, I'm saying I think you're wrong. I can see it in your eyes. I see where you're going, and I just think you're wrong.
Is it an open world game?
That's kind of a.
Well, Zelda, the original,
That's
was
a
an open
dungeon
world.
crawler, isn't it? Though.
Yeah, but Zelda was like, other than like some of the choose your own adventure bullshit games.
I disagree on your point there, and I would say no.
Yeah, I feel like we could have worded that question better.
Well, open world means that you can travel around the world and complete different areas, and it wasn't a linear path.
Could you buy it on a cartridge that looked like it was made of gold?
Yes.
So,
Does that narrow it down enough for you?
what are you on right now? 10? If we make the guess, we either
it's
shoot
done.
ourselves in the head
So you can like narrow it down even more if you want.
Okay.
That's the only one I ever know that was made of gold.
I think I know what it is.
Well, just ask another question to narrow
Okay.
it down.
Because Justin, it's not specifically a side scroller. There is top down elements. There's ghosts. There's skeletons. At the end of the game, do you fight a dark version of yourself?
Yes.
Is it Zelda 2?
No.
Zelda 2.
Fuck.
It's the first Zelda.
Zelda 2.
That is an open world game.
Why did
disagree
you
with
say
you.
2?
Because there's two different, like if you go into town, it's side scroller, like you walk around in a 2D linear path.
So does the first one. First one's only.
Why
top
did
down
you
when
say
you're going
2?
Because of that fact, because the first one was known specifically to be an open world game that you didn't have to go to a specific dungeon in order.
But that technology back then, that's not an open world. That's still
Yeah,
linear.
open world's like
You
I
have
feel
like
that's a
5
new
places on a grid that you can go to, but you can go into any order. But it's not an open world where you just like.
I feel like
whatever you want.
that point's debatable.
Well, I said I disagree with you on that point.
He did. That's what.
I said.
That's what made me.
Because I can't agree with it because I personally don't.
My thing is it's open world in the sense that if you have the items to go to a specific place and it's like go here, like it's specifically telling you to go to a certain place, but you chose to go to a different dungeon.
I'm just saying technology.
Cyberlunch viewers, do you consider The Legend of Zelda an open world game or not?
That's a good
Please
question.
Send us your
Yeah.
messages.
I do.
I just say the technology is what limits it in my mind. I think an open world is like Skyrim where you can do what the fuck ever you want.
Yeah, but you got to consider it was 1987.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think there was truly an open world.
yeah,
game
I don't
until,
feel like open world's a term for.
you know. Even Mario 64 open world is still linear because it's aiming you. You can only do certain things.
Guy on the screen, will you control tab, open up a new tab, and just type in that question to Google and see what it says?
Okay.
Greatest open world games of all time.
Or just say, is the original Zelda an open world game? There we go.
Keep talking.
No, I just want to see. We're not talking about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, that was a good one.
But
That was a really good
So
week.
now I take back my thing where I thought you cheated because when you said 2, I was like, oh, he didn't. He was really good. So good job. That was good.
Well,
But-
first of all, I was like 87. I'm just like, okay, like I'm thinking like it's fall time. I don't know why, but I felt like it was Castlevania for whatever
So,
reason.
I thought I was reading your vibe, and I thought it was Ghosts and Goblins. That's why I said, "Is there ghosts in it?" And then I was going to say, "Is there goblins in it?"
I might
But-
have screwed you though. But in the first game, don't you fight a different version of yourself in the first one too? If not, then I screwed you.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember because the end boss in Zelda 2, you fight Dark Link.
Right, but I thought you did that in 1 too, or 1 also.
I guess it shows what I know.
No, I might have screwed you. I might have screwed you.
Yeah, it just says Legend. Well, this is Wikipedia, so it's just all wording. They consider it a action adventure genre, incorporating elements action adventure role playing games.
With an overworld. That overworld
of.
I would consider an open world because it wasn't like a game where it's like level 1 where you start here and you gotta fucking play this level and then go to level 2. It was just like it was all open, so you could go wherever you wanted on the map.
I guess overworld's kind of like a precursor to open world.
But once you got specific things in certain areas, that was done until you went to use them. It wasn't like you could just keep going around and doing other things and doing crazier stuff. That's in my brain. Maybe I think I might have screwed you on the last question anyway.
No, that's all right.
But whatever.
That was
You were
a good
close.
one.
You were close. That was good.
On the Famicom, I know that there was a way to connect it to dial-up when you were in Japan, and they have like special missions for the original Zelda game that they
So
gave
crazy.
out. I know, like back in the day, on the original Famicom. I would love to go to the Famicom Museum in Japan. Like that's one of the places on my list to go. Is Japan one day? It's just a totally different world, man.
Yeah,
go
man,
to
I can't
Japan.
imagine.
I'd stick out too much.
You just be like looking around, just like 18 feet taller than everybody else.
I'd stick out like a sore
Oh,
thumb. It'd be
Quincy
like-
Ocha,
Yeah, it would.
White Devil.
Yeah, it would be the cake concert all over again.
Are they
Yeah, pretty much.
African?
No.
Wasn't that from Ace Ventura?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was really bad. All right, that was a really good one.
That was a good week, man. There's a lot of good
Tons of
titles
good
on
games.
there.
There was tons of
87.
Oh
Mine-
yeah, and Madden 15.
I had one that I thought you would say, and I didn't want to say it earlier, but it's not technically a game, but I noticed it this week. On August 21st, 1991, was the SNES release in North
Yes,
America.
God bless.
So
91, like it was kind of crazy because now that I thought about it, like when I was a kid, I thought I was like with the times, and then now that I look back, I'm like I was so far.
I was 14.
Really?
6.
when that came out.
91. So I was 3.
Wait, you were 6?
Yeah, man.
God, you're an old fuck. I didn't know
know.
how. You're that old?
I'm 30. I got to do the math now. 3.
You're 33. Yeah.
I remember playing. Well, originally I played NES. My first game I remember is Metroid. But when All Stars came out, that was like holy shit.
Dude, that game was the best.
Because it's like it's got all of
You got
it.
everything.
It's like that was the first HD master, if you want to call it
Yeah.
that, or just
Yeah, I
remaster in
suppose,
general.
just collection, yeah.
It's just like had all of it, and there's even a special cart. It's kind of a rare cart, but it has World and All Stars on it combined.
On the 64?
No, on the SNES, Super Nintendo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of a rare cart. You can find it someplace. Yeah, but
Someplace.
well, I'm sure online.
You will find it.
I'm sure online you can find it. I don't know. I find it very interesting. That's the console I spend probably the most time with. Honestly, still have my carts.
The NES or the SNES?
I think it's Super
Both.
Nintendo for me.
Super Nintendo.
Genesis.
I remember when my NES took a shit, and then like literally, I don't know if it was like a year or no, it was a year after. I want to say the Super Nintendo came out. They came out with those new NESs where it looked completely different.
Yeah.
I don't know what model you want to call that.
I was on the Super Nintendo by then though.
But a lot of people, like, you could go get those cartridges, the original cartridges, for super cheap, and the console was very cheap too. So I remember getting that because I had so many of the original cartridges. And
I just remember almost making my original Nintendo start on fire because I played Contra so much.
really,
Yeah, almost burnt it up. It started glitching out and stuff and would restart randomly because it was just hot.
I remember my buddy's NES. Like, we had to leave the door open.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason, like it had to be in there just
Yep.
right, and then he had it like wedged in between the door with like a toothpick to hold it in, the pins in just right because there was something wrong with it.
They were dirty.
That's probably what it
Contact
was.
points, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his parents.
Everybody had
smoked
their
or
trick
something.
to get their
Oh,
NES
yeah.
out
One in a
going.
cartridge.
Not anymore.
Oh, I remember like the little tab, like rubbing in it with your finger.
Dude, they had those little
I don't know what
Cleaners.
that did.
I had I had the cleaners.
No, I'm talking about like in the tab that's at the top of the cart that you hold it by.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
people like rubbing their finger into that, which I mean did nothing.
Well, they're just wiggling it. They're just
yeah,
like,
yeah, just kind of wiggle it.
oh, there it goes. Don't touch the fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your dad comes down just
Yeah.
like,
Stop it
I'm
on
gonna
the
watch
floor."
football. Like,
Oh, dude.
Oh, you just like go to fucking bed. Maybe because me and Corey be up friggin' gaming like at 5 a.m. when we were
I remember
kids,
watching
you know?
a buddy's dad smash an NES to bits because we weren't supposed to be playing it when we
Yeah.
were playing it.
No.
parents,
No.
Yeah.
Parents just don't understand.
they just don't understand.
Good day. Those were good memories, though, man. I remember playing Kabuki Warrior, I think it was called.
Oh my god.
I remember playing this game where you were like a dude, but you turn into a werewolf. It wasn't Altered
Beast.
No, it was like a Nintendo game, though. And
it
I remember
Altered Beast?
No, it wasn't Altered Beast.
It was altered yeast, and you were a piece of bread.
I am bread.
I am bread. Oh boy.
I am
Your
Groot.
parents are brothers.
More bread.
I am Steve Rogers.
Speaking of Captain America,
Oh, did we go through what we did this week? Watch?
no, we haven't. We got to catch up here.
Okay.
We're already almost at the halfway point, believe it or not. It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Okay.
We're going to go with Jake. Jake, what have you been getting into this week?
Not a damn thing.
All
I
right.
played
Not a damn thing.
Nothing.
did, Wildlands. I played a bunch
I
of that.
saw you were
Costa Rica?
playing that.
Yeah. I just started over and just was like, oh, I just feel like shooting people.
I've been wanting to get into that.
I mean, on
again
a
and
video
just-
game. Huh?
I've been wanting to get into that and just kind of put it in and do a
It
couple
just gets,
missions.
it's so the same when you play for like 15 hours.
There's a lot.
That's how I
in
felt
that
about
game.
the Division.
It's a great world and everything, and there's always something to do. But every weapon feels the same. I never have to change any weapons.
No, you said that, and I agree. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever changed my main primary
But it's
weapon.
fun. But it's excruciatingly hard. Like if you're in a helicopter, you pretty much gotta hope that you're not getting shot down.
I never
yeah.
got to play
And
that
you
game
come
yet.
down.
Yeah, it's good.
Never played that game yet.
It's
It's
okay.
pretty fun if you like open world shooters.
Have you played Siege? Rainbow Six
Yeah,
Siege?
I played it when it first came out.
So it's on sale for $24
Is that
right
the one
now.
with where you break into the rooms and stuff?
Is it kind of? I mean, would it? Do you think it's worth $24?
Oh yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
one you like break into the room?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that one. I
It's
still
SWAT,
have it.
It's SWAT 4 for the new age.
Yeah, it's fun.
I've never played it,
It's
so
awesome.
it's something that's kind of like, oh, that's on sale. It's just like I'm just trying to like build up showcases that because I guess it's Xbox enhanced.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So now that I have the console and the TV, it's like okay, I'm trying to
It's
like
got good sound.
Oh, really?
I remember playing that game.
But you have to play it with people. You can't.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
what I'm
a
trying to
solo
say. Like, all
experience.
my friends, like, no offense to you guys, but they kind of suck because they're all off doing their own things. It's not like back in the days where it's like you can get a community like going to, or like a group going together, you know,
You just
other than
gotta plan it a
randos.
little bit now.
If you buy Rainbow Six Siege, I will also get it because I
Okay.
probably can get it for cheaper.
The other one
I
that
still
was
have it.
the other one that was on my docket, and you're gonna roll your eyes. I don't know what you're gonna say, but I kind of know what you're gonna say. Dark Souls Remastered came out,
Meh.
and here's the deal: is
I'll roll my eyes.
I've never played the original. I played Bloodborne and I played Dark Souls 3. That's it. So for it to come out remastered, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of intrigued. Like, I'm a glutton for punishment, so at the same time, like I could feel, especially with it being like fall, I could get into that. Even though now I'm like knee deep in Nier, which that
Did
game
you buy
is
still
the
playing it?
6 games
shit.
last week?
It's not my fault. I don't have kids, so that's what happens when you don't have kids, and you're working overtime. So
Choke on my kids. How about that?
maybe later.
Okay.
ShootHotDadRopes.com.
Hot ropes. That's the first time I ever heard that. I laughed so
Explicit
hard.
content.
Wow, parental advisory.
Nier is sick, dude. I told you. I've been
I know.
preaching that game. I think that was on one of my best games of the year. Our first go.
That game reminds me of Final Fantasy and Zelda had a baby in a weird way.
And Devil May Cry.
And Devil May Cry. Yeah.
It's really
It's like
wacky.
those three combinations like converge together into one.
And Gradius.
Gradius for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I'm
1940.
really enjoying it. At the same time, I'm like, when I have to sit down and play it, I want to make sure I have like an hour.
Oh yeah, you have
Because it's
to-
like I'm just nervous about the save points.
Yeah.
So
it's
you've
great.
been playing Dead Cells too, haven't
I'm
you?
still playing that.
I've been playing it on the Switch. I'm still enjoying it. I play about like a half hour every night.
Yeah,
And just
play
kinda
an
like-
hour or so. Yeah.
I also learned that the first guy that has a big backpack, when you get to the next level, if you upgrade your shit, if you have cells or whatever, you can bust through that door.
Oh really? You don't have to use.
You don't
yourself?
have to do that.
Ooh.
You can just carry it over, but at the same time, it's like risk and reward. It's kind of like,
Doesn't-
why wouldn't you want to upgrade your shit?
Don't you anger the gods or whatever though, and then you have to kill a certain amount of dudes before.
I don't know.
Dude, I've angered the gods before, and it's a one-shot kill. If somebody hits you,
You
once,
anger the
you're done.
gods every day.
Well, yeah, you get cursed because
I've angered God since
there's certain doors in that game where if you don't pay the toll,
Yep.
you can break through,
Yep.
get the item, but then I guess you said you anger your gods.
And then it's a one-shot kill on you until you kill like 5 to 10 to 15 dudes first. And there's chests that are cursed chests, and if you open them, you get a bunch of crazy stuff. But it's one-shot kill on you.
all I can say is fuck those little slugs. I hate those things.
I hate those freaking the regular green dudes that go and then jump at you. They do that stupid leap.
The thing that you can do is press A and just roll through.
No, I know that, but I just hate it because you're doing something else with another guy, and they jump at you, and then those turtleback guys that you can't attack from behind. I hate it.
You got to juke them. You
I
got to
know,
come
I
down.
know.
You got to come from above. Or
I try to kill everything. That's my problem.
I don't. I've been kind of like getting through, and I actually the last 3 times where I died and came back, I got the speed run door.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
So, Justin, if you have the funds, I highly recommend it.
yeah, you should buy it. It's a good game.
Are we still talking about Dead Cells?
Yes.
Yeah, you should buy it.
Welcome back to the conversation.
I'm at the.
Well, you guys going to your little...
I know.
I have the Vitality. You know your little juice. I have that 3 times,
Monster Juice.
and I'm upgrading it again. It's 699 cells to upgrade at the next level. So I'm like really grinding on this game, but it's fun, man. It's a fun game. It's like you said, a bite-sized parts. It's a great game.
It's a perfect game.
Yep.
Justin, what have you been getting into, bud? What have you been watching, playing?
I had a busy weekend last week and I haven't really done much since then. I watched Ghost in the Darkness. I remember did I tell you
Really?
that?
No, I didn't know.
Ghost in the
It
Darkness?
hasn't dated. It's dated pretty.
But it's still
It's-
creepy.
I want to read the books and
Yeah.
stuff about like
that
the
was
dude
the Lion with Val Kilmer and
and Michael Douglas.
That was one of the first rated R movies I remember watching on VHS by myself.
Pretty messed up for like 94 or whatever it
Yeah.
was.
the ending is fucked.
I don't remember what happens, but I know it scarred me.
It's basically they're just building a railroad and a bridge
And
to
these-
connect like
Yep.
South Africa or somewhere else, you know, 2 trading communities. And this is like a real story.
That's true.
And like I don't know, the numbers are skewed, but like anywhere from like 30 to like over 100 people supposedly were just like dragged off by like these
It's a pride
pair of
of-
man-hungry
Yep.
lions.
It was a pride of lions that
It was just two.
Or that's fine, not pride, but like just like a crew. That's what I say.
A pair.
But they got the taste for human flesh or whatever, and then just start fucking killing.
Yeah,
people.
they come in that and like drag people out of their tents and stuff.
I remember that.
Dude,
Yeah.
that scene where they killed that one person that came on the scene, and it was just red in the middle of that grain field.
Oh yeah,
That's so sick. Yeah, it was a good movie though.
Yeah. So I watched that. I haven't really gotten into any new shows. I'd be up for any suggestions. But
how about playing No Man's Sky with me? Like, you went.
We
home
should.
The last.
I've been
time.
doing indie titles. I beat. What did I beat?
Wait. Justin beat something.
I did too, which I want to mention
Okay.
this week. Two things actually.
Reaper?
Reaper.
No, Ruiner.
Oh, you beat it?
I beat Ruiner. Yeah.
Nice, dude. I haven't beat that yet.
Oh, dude, I put it in again, and I'm like, I'm gonna just play this, and I couldn't put it down. I beat
It's
it
a
like
good
in
game.
2 days.
Yeah.
And then I started playing through, and I think I'm getting close to the end of Oxenfree. I've never played that, and I was like,
Good game.
it's super good. I think I might play it again because I like all those ones where it's like dialogue based and kind of changes your the story based on your decisions. I like that kind of crap. But other than that, I haven't really.
Awesome. The music and and everything about it, the setting.
I
and
like the
everything.
music in Ruiner, man.
Yeah.
I
It's
was
a
like
good
looking
game.
online for like a soundtrack. I was hoping they had one out there for purchase, but they
What's the runtime on that?
Ruiner?
Yeah.
I probably did it in like 6-7 hours.
Yeah. It's Devolver, right?
Okay.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
I believe
Devolver.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great game. That
Good
was
feel.
that was one of my prides of getting you to get a game. Like I was like, you should play this.
Yes, and well, I beat it and I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been doing, Darrell?
Okay, so one of the things that inspired me is Battlefield 5, is it called?
Yeah.
The new one, World War II.
The upcoming one?
Yeah, the upcoming one. I never beat Call of Duty World War II campaign. So I got halfway through that, and I ended up having like 6 missions left. So yesterday, I grinded through the rest of that, and I got through it until the very end.
In one
Saw
sitting?
the credit. Yeah, in one sitting. Really good. I was like, yeah. For a Call of Duty campaign, though, it was kind of like cliche and more of the same.
They're always cookie cutter, but they're enjoyable.
It is, but it was enjoyable. I was digging it. I'm just like, yeah, die, you Nazi fuckers. So I was, I was yelling at my TV. I wanted to see the difference in between this, and then now I hear that the pre-orders for Battlefield 5 are like a third of what they thought.
Yeah, they're not doing good right now.
Because of that game, I feel like everybody's like, we already played World War II.
They
No,
thought
it's
they could come back and make, but I mean, they made 1,000 World War II
No,
games.
it's because EA is a bunch of fucking morons. That's
They
why.
are.
But a moron here.
So speaking of EA, I went back. I had 2 world missions left in Battlefield 1.
Okay.
I had the Ottomans and then the Italian mission. I can't remember the name of it. So I finally put the nail on the head for those. I couldn't believe it. With in HDR, the gamut of everything. I'm just like, okay, well, I like did probably, I don't know, it wasn't like 6 hours, but it was a good 4-hour run of Call of Duty yesterday, like really exploring and trying to find everything and taking my time. And then I went into Battlefield 1. Today, like early this morning, I played all day. I probably played like 4 hours.
Dude, getting into a good run in Battlefield is one of the best gaming experiences you could ever have because
Yeah.
you really get into that goddamn game. Remember when we play Battlefield 3 all the time? Dude,
the
it was
older
so
ones
fun.
were so.
I wasn't playing multiplayer.
No,
by
I'm
the
just
way.
saying that just the experience of it because it's like they really put their attention in everything that's going around you too.
So
Like
it was just
everything
kind of
that's
like I felt like I was playing a first-person version of Phantom Pain, where there was 3 outposts and I was like fighting the Ottoman Empire and I was some chick, I can't remember her name.
yeah.
At the very end, and
Yeah.
those are the missions I was working at, and I was at night. And I have a certain like I hate horses in video games. Like fuck them.
What?
I hate them.
Oh, I love horses.
So like I saw the horse stand next to me. I'm like, fuck you. I'm gonna run. Like I don't care. I don't care how long this takes me. So I kind of like sifted my way through and I beat that game. I just thought for fun. What I just texted.
If we got
you.
time.
Okay. I beat that and then won the other game. I guess I've been on a Nazi spree killing them.
Oh, wow, that's phrasing.
I know. I have the season pass for Wolfenstein 2, the 3 stories. I can't remember the name of them. I've been playing that. And now in HDR, like in its full majesty, like that game, like revisiting
Dude, that
it, I'm
game's
just
great.
like, oh my God. I'm trying to explain to Betsy, like, yeah, spoiler alert, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. When you see Hitler and Venus, and I was explaining that whole like thing.
Dude, that was one of the greatest things ever.
Yeah, awesome. And like it was a stealth mission. You're like Agent Silent Death, and you're some chick in this like expansion season pass, and like I go up behind this dude and I'm crouching, and all of a sudden like I slit his throat and stab him in the chest a bunch of times, and she's like, Jesus Christ, this is brutal. I'm just like, yeah, you kind of haven't seen the half of it. Like, this is one of the most violent games. This is like one of the most violent games I think I've played in a long time.
I remember the beheading scene.
Yeah.
I was like,
this part I didn't want to tell you about. I was like, I'm not.
For some reason, I had been playing that for like 2 hours at that point, and I was kind of like you said about Battlefield. I was immersed, like I was like feeling it, and I remember that, and I was like, holy crap!
Yeah. I was like, that's cool. My favorite part of that whole game was the credits, though. Darrell knows that.
Oh yeah.
We're not gonna take it.
On top of that, I also decided to purchase a choose your own adventure game called House of Danger.
Yeah, I want to play.
I think we've kind of teased that on the show before, but we had like a choose your own adventure episode like 3 episodes ago now, so 3 weeks ago. I played 2 chapters of this, and I had an awesome time just with 2 people, so I can only imagine like having a whole group together. So I think coming up soon, we're going to actually do an episode where me, Justin, and Jake try to survive the House of Danger Chapter 1, and we're going to do it all in separate chapters.
Down.
Now, what happens is that depending on how you play the game, you can acquire certain items just like a video game, and that carries on through the next chapters that you can choose. So it's kind of like D&D where like I'm not going to spoil anything, but like you'll come across an enemy, and then you can use an item which gives you a buff, and then you roll. So it's like, say you're fighting a werewolf and you use like the shears, and the shears will give you +2 on your roll. You roll, so you'll get, so say like you need to roll a 4 and I roll a 2, and with those shears it's a 4, so then you'll win. So
it's basically like a choose your own adventure with like RPG dice on it.
Exactly.
Okay.
In my opinion, this maybe should be our first video one.
We could. I don't know. We'll have to talk
And do
about
an extended play, maybe on Twitch or something.
We'll have to talk about that behind the scenes and how we can do that logistically.
Wait, before you go on, can we take a good old-fashioned original break, please? Because between the White Claw and me having to pee and all this talk about Nintendo in 20 years.
Plus, we have a special bump for the last half of our
We do.
show.
I just want to mention one quick thing.
Sorry,
literally 30 seconds. There's a game for $9.99 on the Xbox store. It's called Haunted: Halloween 86: The Curse of Possum Hollow. It literally just came out. Justin, you want to look this up?
Yeah,
for
can
me
I get
quick?
that title one more time?
It's Haunted:
Haunted colon. Wow.
Yep. Halloween 86.
I got one of those. I have one of those.
Curse of, in parentheses, Curse of Possum Hollow. This just came out for Xbox. It's going to be one of my purchases just for like some dumb fun. I think Donnie and Terry are the names of the characters. It has like the look. Yeah, if you anybody out there, just look this up on YouTube because it looks absolutely delightful. And
yeah, we're basically looking at a side scroll. It kind of looks like what was that game with those?
Looks like Double Dragon, but with more of a horror twist.
Yeah.
$10.
Rampage City. What's the?
Oh yeah.
What's that title? That's what those dudes.
That's
look
top
like.
down though. That is top down.
Was it? That's
Yes.
what those dudes looked like. I thought though. I can't remember.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. We'll be right back with some talks of the Muppets. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Goodbye.
Phenomena.
So, what's the name of his son? Brian Henson?
Mr. Brian Henson.
Mr. Brian Henson went and overthrew his father and made a 2018 movie called The Happy Time Murders. I sat through it, I guess willingly, but at the same time, it's kind of like one of those hot dumpster fire on wheels that you kind of have to go see just to kind of say, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know why. Melissa McCarthy rubs some people the wrong way. Some people love her. I don't know.
Ugh.
I feel like when she first came out, like Identity Thief
Couldn't care less.
Who's the guy that's the main actor in Arrested Development?
Bateman?
Yeah.
Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman. Him and her, like, they have a good chemistry, but then she kept being the same typecast character, and nothing's changed in this. The only reason why I really wanted to see this movie is because, in a way, the bad ratings made me feel bad for the puppeteers. Because the movie, as far as that goes, like, there was a lot of stuff where it's like, wow, like, kind of like, how did they do that?
They got paid.
No, not only that. No, I'm not saying that. Okay, that they got paid. They did get paid, but at the same time, it's like there's a lot of cool stuff in it. If you just look at it at a puppeteering aspect, it is a hard R movie. It's
Yar.
It's a hard R.
It's a hard R. It wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, it's at least like cut and dry, kind of tolerable in a way. It depends on what you consider would be.
Was it like
tolerable.
what's that food movie with Seth Rogen?
Yes, like
Sausage Party?
It's literally like Sausage Party, but with puppets. So, I mean, if you were a child and you had if you really love the puppets or the Muppets, and then you saw this, it might ruin it forever. Go ahead.
For
Justin.
me, either whether it be this one or your own personal one, what give me a gist of it, because I didn't really know much about it until you.
So
brought it
basically,
up.
there's a Happy Time gang. They were like a bunch of.
Like
it
a
was
Sesame Street?
It's kind of like a Sesame Street
All
for
street,
kids.
No Sesame.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the tagline is for
really?
the movie. Yeah, it's on the
Okay, so they were all very famous or whatever, and they had some settlement, and this is what I got. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. They had some settlement, and all of them split up, obviously, and went their separate ways, and there's like some trust fund, like insurance policy. So whoever gets killed goes to their next of kin, and then after
it's like
that
Simpsons episode.
kind of like it goes back to the studio or something like that.
Are we talking about the Henson family or this movie?
No, this movie.
I thought we were talking about real stuff. I was like, what?
No. So basically, Phil Phillips, our main protagonist,
the main puppet.
So
So they're like
he's
they
like
act like they're real beings. They're
yeah,
not
but they're like less. So like us meat bags is what they called them in the movies would like be like, oh, stupid puppet, and they'd
Oh,
have
so they
like
can get away with cheap racist jokes,
pretty much.
but it's not racist.
No,
because
like it's
puppet.
opposite. So like we're the racist. Like so like he tries to bring her to a hospital at some point, Melissa McCarthy, and they're like, we don't service those meat bags. And it's just like, and then he holds a gun up to the doctor and is like, you will help her out or else I will kill you, like that type of stuff. So like
Sounds like a wang bang thriller.
no, not really.
I would say it's a comedy.
It's a very cut and dry noir comedy with some light racial overtones.
Well, even
over it.
our buddy Eric, who has questionable taste in movies sometimes,
Very questionable.
said that this was not
And football teams.
Yeah. Whatever, Justin, with your fucking fudge packers. But he said it's not worth your time. He's like, it had its moments, but everything in between was horrible.
It's got some good people in the cast.
It does have some good people, but
Was
at like, what? Never mind. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Anyways, since that's coming out, I put a link online to our Facebook page for a Jim Henson documentary, The Story Of.
Yep.
It's about an hour long, so if you haven't watched it yet, please take the time to do so.
That's good.
It goes through his entire life, where he got his start, his first wife. I think he had 5 kids. We're kind of summarizing because we don't have a ton of time this evening, unfortunately, but we just kind of want to give an ode to not only his legacy, but also some of our favorite characters that he inevitably created. So with that being said, what's your favorite Muppet or Sesame Street character?
I gotta say, I was more of a Sesame Street guy, and that's maybe just my generation.
And if you watch that documentary, he didn't even want to do that. Like he had to be talked into it because he didn't want to be put inside of like just doing
a children's box.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's understandable
Well,
because
Muppet Show had a lot of adult humor back then.
Muppet Show was more adult. I feel like
But
it was
a
more
kid show
prime
too,
time,
too.
family
Yeah.
prime
It was
time.
both. I feel like it had like as kids movies nowadays, they put stuff in for the adults,
for the dads.
Yeah, for the moms and dads that will get it, and the kids are kind of like deer in headlights, like they don't get it.
Yeah.
Here's a comparison for you. I feel like the Muppet Show was the Family Guy of its time.
For sure.
Because
Was it as edgy? I mean, I didn't
Not
really
as
watch
edgy.
Muppet
No, but
Show.
they still had the old school humor. I mean, it was 70s,
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't too racy. It couldn't be back then.
True.
But it was that it crossed both boundaries. Like my grandpa introduced me to it, and he loved it. He would laugh his ass off at stuff I didn't understand, but I loved seeing the characters.
I guess I kind of jumped the gun with asking our favorite characters right now. The thing is really crossing my mind, having this Happy Time Murders movie so fresh in my mind, is what would Jim think?
Well,
I mean, you guys haven't seen it, but like in my mind, after seeing it, like since he didn't want to do Sesame Street, would he be like okay with this, or is Brian
would care? Yeah, I don't think he ever intended to be a family-friendly kind of make Muppets, be for kids and family only. I think he from what I kind of got from what I know of him and the little I watched the documentary, I feel like he almost had a comedic aspect to him, like he was like a performer in a way. And I always feel like that's kind of always edgy, and you're always kind of trying to stay relevant and stuff. And I don't know. I don't feel like he would at all be offended by this.
No,
especially since it's his kid. It's like
I've heard things about his kid though, that his kid was purposely trying to tarnish the.
Well, I don't think this movie's gonna do it.
No, I'm just saying like he wants was against what his father did. Something had a problem with his dad. I don't want to speak out of turn, but
his dad was never around, so no wonder he has some angst. There was 5 kids in the family.
You're also rich and you haven't had to do shit for your whole life.
Pretty much.
Shut up.
So I feel like he wouldn't necessarily make it as raunchy as it was, but at the same time, he did Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. Sesame Street, I mean, that's what I remember growing up as well. I'd never caught the original Muppet Show. Like, I had that on DVD later on, but I caught the Muppet movie and Muppet Babies, and I saw those later.
Christmas Carol, Manhattan.
Yeah, exactly. I saw those
That
movies.
made me cry. Kermit got hit by the taxi and was laying in the middle of the street.
Oh yeah, that's right. And they just had the puppet just laying there.
I was bawling my eyes out and ran to my mom. I
That's because
vividly
Kermit's the
remember it.
best.
What are they?
Those guys are going to be on my tattoo sleeve too.
I mean, they were the dumbest motherfuckers ever.
Yep.
They remind me of like one of those guys on Aqua Teen.
Oh yeah, like my dad owns a dealership.
Yeah.
Do you know who my dad is?
Oh, bro.
I forgot the Frat Aliens on season 3. If you ever seen that, look it up on YouTube.
I think my favorite skit was Pigs in Space. It was like a Star Trek. Pigs in space. And it was like a Star Trek takeoff with Miss Piggy was like the second in command. And then they had the commander. Can you look that up, Justin, and see what his name was? Because it was hilarious. He had a big, like, blonde hair. He was like the William Shatner of the crew. Yeah. Yep, right there. Look at that shit. That's so good.
Oh, they had Luke Skywalker on an episode too.
Oh yeah,
man.
Mark Hamill. I remember that stuff. This is my wheelhouse. Look at that ship.
Yeah, it's that classic like 70s just ship backdrop.
Yeah, you'd know a little bit more about the show. Like I'm more of centered around the movies. Like my first big step in was Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. Like when I saw Labyrinth for the first time on VHS, I watched it 3 times in a row. I'm not even kidding.
Was that David Bowie?
Yes, it was.
You remind me of
that was a horrible movie.
I loved it. Like when I was a kid, like no, and then what's her name? God bless her. Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, nice job, Darrell.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
That was her?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
With her thick ass eyebrows.
Yeah, you can't tell by the eyebrows.
Like, goddamn.
That movie and Requiem, she has the biggest eyebrows.
And the biggest bush in Requiem. But she does.
I had a crush on her, man.
And then I saw that scene and I was like,
to ass.
Yeah. Ass to ass.
Okay, we're on the Muppets. Let's Jesus Christ.
Well, we already have to put
Why do we have to talk about fucking Requiem for a Dream when we're talking about the Muppets?
Mark Hamill and C-3PO are on our screen right now. And
with pigs in space.
Look at, there she is.
Miss Piggy herself.
Hi ho, this is Cyber Lunch.
Somehow
that's pretty good.
And Miss Piggy.
Only Jim Henson can make a pig look like a knockout.
Yeah. But she was such a bitch.
She was. But she was a badass. Like, you want her on her corner. You don't want to piss her off,
dude,
man.
Swedish Chef. Grover. Look at the doctor. Remember the doctor guy? The old ass freaking pig.
Pig.
That is always like absent-minded and shit. Fozzie Bear, Animal, the whole band. Oh man, Janice. Remember from the band?
Yeah.
She was the blonde hippie chick. Hell yeah, man. There's so many things here. This is acid.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I was going to
purest
ask
form.
that. What you guys think?
Fraggle Rock.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot about Fraggle Rock, man. Fraggle Rock was awesome.
Now, fun fact that if you watched the series, you would know that Fraggle Rock was one of the first original programming on HBO.
It's true.
Believe it or not. That's
Really?
the first show that they had on HBO.
Wasn't he dead by then, though?
I don't know.
It was his company, I think, but I think he was dead.
Could be.
Wow, wow, wow.
What's your-
Sesame Street? It was the shit. I mean, everything.
What? Okay, so your favorite Sesame Street character is probably Oscar the Grouch.
No. Oh, thanks, Darrell.
You're welcome.
No, I liked Snuffy. Snuffleupagus.
Snuffy was the bomb, man.
Or Bert and Ernie. Those were... Yeah,
Bert and Ernie were like Squiggy and from Laverne and Shirley. Like,
Yeah.
just kind of like odd couple.
Yeah.
For
Very
sure.
odd couple.
Yeah.
No. I like the crabby critics from the Muppet Show.
I hated it. It
Yeah.
was the worst thing I've ever seen.
That was the worst thing I've ever seen since the last thing I seen from him.
It was terrible. It was
Snuffy.
beautiful. I loved it.
There's Snuffleupagus right there. Yeah.
Go up a little bit. Who's that guy again? Grover.
Grover, man.
Grover, dude.
And Gonzo from the Muppet Show. I mean, they're kind of the same.
My least favorite Sesame Street character ever?
Cookie Monster.
No, dude, Cookie Monster's awesome. Elmo.
No, he was
Oh,
funny as hell
Elmo.
back
Why
in
do
the
you
day.
hate Elmo?
Yeah, I know. Don't do that. That's creepy. As
Hi.
fuck.
I do pretty good Elmo, believe it or not.
Do you remember
How old
that?
are you today? We're gonna learn our numbers.
That's so bad. Remember the crawfish guys from the Muppet Show? Don't do that. You're creeping me out, man.
I felt like I should go on Craigslist and like do like kids' birthday parties. Like,
Hi, how old are you today?
Just have Elmo call you.
Yeah.
Remember the little
It's your birthday?
the little crawfish guys? The little French fucking shrimp.
I am the
Oh,
prawn.
yeah, that's
I am
right.
the prawn. Yeah.
Well, he is. I don't know if that was a OG.
Oh no, that wasn't a prawn. But no, there was a.
Muppets in Space had the prawn as a
Yeah,
character.
God, it was so funny.
Oh my God. Okay, so of Sesame Street, you
Yeah.
got Grover.
Rubber
Justin,
ducky,
who's your
you're the one.
favorite?
On Sesame Street? Mm-hmm.
You're gonna say Big Bird.
Big Bird always made me feel the best, I guess, when I was a kid.
He scared the fuck out of me because of his lifeless eyes.
And he was so big, and
Yeah.
it's like he could eat me.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Gosh, I
about
don't
it.
know. That's a good question.
I know.
I think Grover probably for Sesame Street.
Grover for me.
Grover's
for sure.
just, yeah, I mean, he was like your liaison of Sesame Street. He's just palpable.
He walked you through the show.
That's
pretty
what I'm
much.
saying, yeah.
Him or Elmo.
Yeah.
would do that. Yep.
Okay, so Muppets.
Oof, that's a tough one, man.
There
There's
are
so many.
good
I
characters.
mean, how can you not say Kermit?
That's what I was said. You asked it on the page, and we can read a
But
couple.
how many times do I say when you pick a popular character, it's like saying Tony Hawk's your favorite skateboarder?
I know. That's why I say the grumpy comedian guys, or the critic guys, like the.
They played Marley and Marley in Christmas Carol, which was like perfect.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Or Marley and Marley.
I've always been kind of prone to Fozzie Bear. I don't know why. I just liked him.
Animals, great. God,
Animals
I mean, there's so
great,
many.
too.
good
In the
ones.
Christmas Carol at Fozziewig's party, when Animal's like playing the drums and he's like having to play it light and they're playing like a violin music, he's like, ugh. And then all of a sudden he's just like, rah, and he goes into like this crazy drum fill. He's like, all right, boys, let's dance.
Yeah. What was the one?
Animal's
what was the-
super fun.
What was the one where Animal grew up like that? Super huge. He was giant Animal. What movie was that? That was.
I don't remember that.
It was probably the.
I think it was Manhattan.
Yeah, it was
actually.
I want to say it's
Yeah.
Manhattan.
Dude, there's so many-
I
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
seen.
yeah, yeah,
I
I
haven't
think
seen
you're
that in a
right.
long time.
This is the kind of shit that we don't see anymore.
No,
And
not at all.
we won't see for a long time until it's forgotten, and then it'll be original.
All the
again.
kids' movies. The only thing that's like noteworthy is like Pixar.
Yeah, but it's animated.
Yeah, there's
Like there's
Exactly.
nothing there. There's
Exactly.
no feeling. There's no that like to make the puppet and that the look of it and everything else.
Okay, so other than the Muppets show, what was the best movie or your favorite movies? Obviously, for me, Muppets in Space and Muppet Treasure Island take
Can
the
you
cake.
pull up a list of all the shit he worked on?
Yeah, for sure. I would
Like
have to
his-
say Christmas Carol. I remember.
Of all of the movies, of the Muppets?
the air
this
evening.
I think Manhattan.
And
because
who was Scrooge in that? It was Michael Caine, right?
Michael Caine. I'm
Oh,
Michael
man.
Caine. I am.
It was so good.
How would you like to be unemployed?
who was his
Great
subordinate?
Muppet Caper was really good too. I mean, that was the first big movie, right? That was when they all went out to.
Who played Geppetto? Not Geppetto. What's his Scrooge's subordinate? Was that Fozzie? Or was it Kermit that played
It was
him?
Kermit.
Yeah, it was Kermit.
And then you had Rizzo the Rat,
Yes.
who was also narrating with Gonzo.
Yes. Okay.
Gonzo was like Charles Dickens. He was like the narrator for the entire story of the Christmas Carol. Personally, the best humor is Muppet Treasure Island, which had, oh god damn it, what's his name? The guy that played It, the original It.
Tim Curry?
Yeah,
That's
Tim
right,
Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
I remember seeing that in theaters, and I also saw Muppets in Space. And I love that movie especially because, coming back to me, my favorite Muppet character is Gonzo. And what I love so much about that movie is that you finally kind of learn the origin of where Gonzo came from.
Yeah, it was
Because everybody's like,
alien.
what are you?
It was an alien from
And then
Mars,
that's
right?
the first time I actually heard Brick House.
Frick.
What's up, my brother?
Dude, just the Muppet movie was good. 1979. Maybe that was
Yeah,
the one
the
where
first one. That was the one where they
I like when they're
went
picking
out
up
west.
Big Bird, or like he was hitchhiking.
walking alongside the road.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's a super iconic movie for
That'd
sure.
almost be like a good like poster or something.
Just have
like
big-
a wide frame of that.
I like that a lot.
You guys say we don't get them anymore. Now I never saw these, but did anybody think anything of the reboots when they did them, which are already 8 years old and
Tina Fey,
4 years old?
Ricky Gervais,
Never
and
saw
who's
him.
that other face?
That's Jason Segel and Amy Adams.
No,
in
I'm
the first
looking
one.
at Most Wanted 2014.
Is that John Hamm?
Looks like it. No, that's
No.
what's his face from
Ricky Gervais, Tina Fey, and then somebody else.
Isn't that a Daily Show guy? Oh, yeah,
Oh, it's the guy from Modern Family.
Ty Burrell.
Yeah, that's right.
I would like to revisit them. I just think that the Muppets, I remember them reopening the theater, so there was some feels there for me. Like the theater was all run down, and Kermit like went to go do like one last big show there. I think is that Amy Adams, and
Yeah.
God bless her. She looks like the devil, but she's so hot at the same time.
I disagree highly.
She looks like
She has
the devil.
her forearms are like something out of like The Conjuring or like The Ring or something like has been soaked in water forever. She looks like she has like 90-year-old lady arms and hands. You look at her, you tell me. Because at first I thought she was all right.
Hey, if she's good enough for Clark Kent, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he quit.
He did quit. Then he had a fake mustache for Mission Impossible.
Yeah. And a fake pocket.
Anyways.
And a fake pocket in his shirt. Did you see that?
No.
When he does the scene where he's like, does the fist pump.
Oh, in the Mission Impossible
he
movie?
grows a shirt pocket.
I saw that,
It's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't like her. She bothers me. Shoe fly.
I'm kind of all about her.
Yeah, well, you know.
I'm sorry.
To
I see what
each
you're
their
saying,
own.
Jake.
To each their own. Look at her arms.
They're
Look at-
fine.
Look in the movie. Look at that one in the red dress. Right there where she's got it on the hip. Look at that shit. What is that? What is that shit?
That's an arm.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's called
No,
I get paid millions of dollars.
what's
I
going
don't
on
have to do
here?
That's what
anything.
I'm saying. What is that?
What's going on right there, that lump on her forearm?
Right, look at her one by her elbow.
Okay,
She's got
so
two elbows.
how does it look now? I just covered up her forearm. Like, we're fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
I'm just saying. Like, God bless her. But, you know, if push comes to shove,
She's gonna whoop your ass.
Did you make it to the end of that documentary?
no.
You didn't. You didn't watch the whole thing?
I didn't because I didn't have time. I had
Okay, so at the very end, they actually had like footage of Jim Henson's funeral. And
Now, when did he die?
he died? I want to say late 80s.
Because, geez, I mean, his legacy. I mean, you got to say they've been trying to.
Yep.
Kick the Muppets.
90 and 90.
Dude, one of the saddest songs of all time was Kermit
Rainbow
singing
Connection.
Rainbow Connection, man.
So at his funeral, it got me, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I was like having a hard time.
It's 10 o'clock. No, I'm just kidding.
Big Bird
Yeah.
sang Rainbow Connection at his
it's-
funeral.
Yeah, that's tough. It's
And they
like
had
that-
like all the choir. They all had the puppets from all the movies. Like that was a hard watch right at the end. Like holy hell, man!
It's like why I'm having trouble watching the Mr. Rogers movie. It's like,
have you
Dude,
saw
I've heard
that yet?
That's so good.
I watched part of it and it was tough.
I'm gonna watch it.
Everybody's
tough
saying
to
it's like
watch.
best picture good.
Yeah, it's good. But anyway,
It's not on Vudu yet, so I'm kind of
It should be soon.
anticipating.
It's got to be soon.
digital. You can buy.
Okay, so my favorite Muppets, Gonzo, but I feel like you can't have Gonzo without Rizzo the Rat.
Yeah, they were
Package
partners.
deal.
Like they're kind of a package deal. Even though in Muppets in Space, I don't know if Rizzo is actually pretty prevalent. I like for an offshoot character. I always like Sam, the eagle.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he was awesome.
yeah, he was cool. He was always a straight face.
We will do it the American way. He's like, Sam, come here. Oh, we will do it the British way.
Yup.
Like we're in the wrong. Yeah, that's the wrong.
Everybody, every character was unique and good. Every single one. They all had their own personality. I mean, Bert and Ernie. Look at how funny that was. It was an odd couple, basically.
Have you ever watched the Muppet Babies? That you only saw the ladies' socks?
Dude, we went to McDonald's to get the Happy Meals so I could get the full collection.
Really?
I had them all. Of all the Muppet Babies toys.
So I had a friend growing up, one of like a few friends that I had growing up. It was one of my mom's friends' sons that I was kind of forced to hang out with. And we'd be out, he had a pool in his backyard, so we'd be in the pool or whatever. I swear to fucking God, that kid had an internal clock. And as soon as that went out, like he looked at the sun and he knew when Muppet Babies was on the TV. And he wouldn't just go in the house quietly and like turn the TV on. He'd be like,
shit, I gotta go.
Muppet Babies! And he would be like screaming at the top of the lungs, like, Jesus Christ, kid, like, what is your deal? Like,
Dude.
Do you guys remember this one?
Yes, man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Remember the
I like
charity
the count.
ball? Remember
The
the
count
I forgot
awesome.
about the count.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
I
we-
just noticed them too.
Remember the cherry ball rolling through the whole, like the actual made thing that was
Cherry
rolling?
bomb.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know if I do.
It was like a counting thing too, but it was like an actual like rubber ball rolling through like this whole like roller coaster deal that they built. God, I can't remember the name of it, and it was a specific. There it is, right there, the red ball.
Red ball, 1, 2, 3.
Yep, play it. You should turn it up a little bit. I just want to hear this real quick. Yes, I remember this every morning. I remember every morning seeing this. It's all stop motion too.
Yeah, and I remember a lot of stop motion on this.
Yep.
I mean, this was really like eclectic variety for like children and
It
stuff.
reminded
But,
me
like,
of the
dude,
raisins. If you remember the raisins.
California raisins,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
Hardee's.
yeah.
Hardee's. I had
Yep.
every one of them.
Yep,
Out of the
I had
meals.
those too.
All this shit though, this made me.
Dude, I learned stuff from this, man. I absolutely learned how to count and my numbers through Sesame Street. Absolutely. 1, 2, 3.
That music too. It sounds like
It's
something
so-
Darrell would write.
Well, and it's so just warped and just old and yeah. Somebody's like, all right,
Yeah.
all right, you tune.
Pass the
Check out this arpeggiator I have on my Korg.
Yeah. Pass the doogie on the left hand side.
I made this super crazy Rube Goldberg machine. Just send this ball down it, and we got ourselves a skit for children.
Reminds me of Mousetrap.
Terrifying.
God, I remember all of this. Cherries on top, and then this little
Man,
guy.
that is so old. Look at that little kid. I
That
don't
was
think
me.
I
That was
remember
my
this.
age right there, pretty much. That's how old I was. That's fucking crazy. Nobody knew the terror
wonder-
that was gonna come upon the earth when I.
Dude,
Isn't
some
it
dude on
amazing
here
how many
claims,
of us in our 40s still remember the song?
Yeah.
some dude claims this was Frank Oz's directorial debut.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Could be.
That's awesome.
Has
Yeah,
that
man,
picture of the
there's
kid hearing a fart too down the right hand side? Look at on the right list there, Justin. Scroll.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, it's one of the best memes of all time.
All right. Anything in conclusion on the Muppets
Dude,
for
it's
this
just the
week?
greatest thing ever. If you do yourself a favor and go back and find, I think it's on. You can find all the episodes of the Muppet Show. Watch those.
Yeah, I think
They're
a lot
amazing.
of Jim Henson stuff.
I
and
think you can
clips
buy
and-
a set
Oh,
online for sure. If you go on Amazon, I'm
They're
sure
amazing.
you can find it.
They really are.
I remember
Visually,
this for sure.
the clay
Absolutely.
balls.
Yeah, the clay balls.
Yep, I remember the clay balls.
Do we have any comments or?
Oh yeah, we got.
We do. Well, while we're on this tone, we had a couple. You asked some viewers on the Facebook page who their favorite Muppets are. I think a lot of them were talked about.
Fozzie Gonzo.
Josh said Fozzie and Gonzo, which we both talked about. Eric said Animal, which I agreed with because Animal is awesome.
Hit the reply there. So he said right up a little bit. Keep going right there. Yeah. I said extrapolate, and he said waka waka waka.
Yeah. Waka waka waka.
Yeah, what else
I'm
do you
like,
need to say?
I expect no less excellence than that.
Why-
Animal for sure.
Why when I reply does it say Cyber Lunch and not me?
I
We'll
don't
talk
know.
about that.
We'll try to get you dialed in.
We also had some beer comments from when we talked about beer. Was that last week?
No, we
That
talked
was
about
last
that already,
week.
and I said Oktoberfest beers suck.
Andrew suggests you try the
Spaten.
Spaten?
I've had that spot.
Spittin'?
Spaten.
Spieten.
Oktoberfest isn't bad.
Spaten's good though. I like their regular.
I think it gets
Dr.
better
Lager.
with each sip.
I'd rather have a fall beer than a winter beer.
It's one of the better beers warmer, though. Like, if you're sitting outside just fucking drinking with your buddies, playing, like, basketball or throwing the football around, and it just sits there for a little bit, you can still drink it. Yeah.
Eric solved the mystery of what beer you're trying to think of, which it sounds like it was Blacktop.
Yeah, Blacktop. Not Blacktop.
Which beer was that?
Yeah,
That was New Glarus. That was one of the ones I
yeah,
told you.
that's why he said Spotted Cow is overrated.
Spotted Cow.
Yeah, he was
But
talking
I was
shit.
going to trash him because I was saying earlier that I think he just hates it because it's made in Wisconsin, and if it was made here, he'd like it. But I do think he likes other New Glarus beers. I just don't think he likes Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow on tap is one of the best tasting light beers
In
I've
a
ever
chilled
had in my life.
chilled glass.
Absolutely. Out of the bottle, I can see why somebody would be like,
Yes,
"Eh, it's a
I can
very
agree
good
with
beer."
that.
I agree with it.
I've had so many too that it's starting to get like
2 women though,
eh,
so good.
so good.
So
Then Andrew's talking.
Yeah, we
about,
talked about State Fair last week. I feel like we could have dove way harder into that, honestly. But
Well, maybe we will. We have a show next week that all three of us will be going to.
maybe.
So maybe. we'll have some-
Like an actual concert, not this.
No, we have
show.
a concert show.
no, we're doing a show.
We're gonna have to
figure it out.
figure that out. I may not.
So
be
we'll have
there.
some more State Fair. We'll have.
Who needs you?
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Andrew's just talking about the arcade, which is this is more in your guys' realm.
Darrell, you're the glue.
Thank you.
You're the glue.
I am.
That tastes really good when you eat it off of.
I am the hot
stick.
rope.
Like in, oh, girls.
Jesus.
Andrew Helmer said, "My first State Fair, finding the arcade."
Yep.
Thank you so
Agreed.
much. Agreed. And they were huge.
I don't get this.
They were huge back in the day. Like, they had a ton of games.
The first fatality I ever pulled off in a Mortal Kombat game was Mortal Kombat 2 at the State Fair arcade, and I did Liu Kang's when he would
As
disappear.
Dragon.
No, he would disappear and then not come inside you. That's so bad. He would like eviscerate you from the inside with
Yeah.
his fire, and
He'd, like,
burn
emerge
you
from
the
inside.
inside. Yeah.
Fire,
And that was the
fire.
first one I did by myself ever. By myself, I was standing there. I was like, and I felt so good.
Maybe you can answer Andrew's question. He was saying he wasn't sure how people even knew the moves back then before the internet, which I never did. I don't know. That's how I didn't know how to do it, and that's how I know how to do it now.
Nintendo Power or Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Yeah.
Electronic Gaming
Magazines,
Monthly
yeah.
would come out like a couple months after the game came out, and it would have all the moves.
Or strat guides, I
except
suppose,
for the
too.
finishers. People had to figure that out.
But he
Yeah,
said,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Then
He
when
said-
you rent the game, you'd have your little manual with the notes in the back, and sometimes
And
people
somebody
wrote
would.
what
I
the
remember
code
that
was.
opening the instruction manual, and somebody had their
EGM.
passwords or.
Electronic Gaming Monthly
Yeah.
is where I got all my moves.
I was more of
said-
a Game Pro guy myself.
I did
yeah, but
both.
that was way after.
He said,
True.
The arcade at the State Fair, watching Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat before the internet existed was insane.
Yeah.
Still not sure how everyone knew the moves.
That's like early Twitch.
Pretty much.
It was like going to the arcade and just watching people.
Dude,
you know,
I used to watch people play Mortal Kombat. When the new ones would come out, the people that knew everything, we would just sit there at the arcades and just watch them play.
just hope they do a fatality.
oh,
or
you can
something.
watch. Yeah, they do every fatality, every move, and we're like, oh shit, that was cool as hell.
So literally next Friday, you will find me, my girlfriend, by the
me.
corn stand, and then there's an arcade literally right across the street.
Yeah.
I'll get my bucket of fries and we'll go to the arcade.
That sounds good.
All right,
I do want to walk through the Midway just to see
Yep.
all the lights,
that's where I always go.
and then maybe like waste my money to buy
Fries
tickets.
right, fries
Fireworks,
by
too.
the Midway.
Fireworks too.
Yeah, that
That's
happens
after our show.
Yeah, that's after our show. We're seeing 311 and Offspring next week, so that
And
should be a lot of fun.
Austin's group's going to be playing at Dino's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Backlog Boys, Austin.
Yeah, he's playing with his cover band Pandora's Box at the. I think it's the Dino's Heroes
Yep.
stage.
They're all Cannibal Corpse covers, so come by. It's going to be really nice.
Where all your chains.
311 Offspring, man.
It's going to be
crazy.
good.
That's gonna be sick, dude.
Offspring, I'm going to cry like a fangirl and probably spend $50 on a fucking t-shirt. So
I'm gonna have. I went. Oh shit! I did buy a Cake T-shirt, but I didn't buy a Blues Traveler T-shirt, and I didn't buy. What's the other throwback bandages? Oh, I didn't buy a Smashing Pumpkin shirt. How about that?
how much did they want for them?
35 or
That's not
40.
bad.
It wasn't that
That's
bad.
not bad.
I got a koozie for $5 that
If
has like
311 has a T-shirt with an alien on it, I'm going to be hurting.
yeah.
I'd be like, hey, can I have a cigarette and your wallet? Okay, bye.
Hey, how are you doing? What's going on?
Yeah.
A blink, blink, blink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking blue eyes.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's your guys' problem, not
Does
mine.
anybody have a secret question this week?
You said you had one, right?
I'll take it.
Yeah, you seemed kind of excited about
Oh,
you.
you
Not-
sound, no, he
not
doesn't now. He
necessarily.
doesn't sound excited.
Yeah,
Andy
no.
Dick is cancer? Who said that?
I said Andy Dick is a cancer on my Facebook on
He
somewhere.
was great in news radio, though.
I was reading some article about how he. I guess he was the one who reintroduced Phil Hartman's wife to cocaine.
No, yeah, he's a horrible person.
And then John Lovitz beat the shit out of him.
All right, here's a quick one. We don't have a lot of time, unfortunately, but here's my secret question for the week. If you had a HUD in real life, like a heads-up display,
Yeah.
what would it display?
How many lives I've lost already?
I feel like my HUD. Did you ever play The Sims?
Okay, yeah.
We had like the levels. That would be more like my HUD, like my pee meter, my food meter, just basically like, am I happy enough? What levels do I have to fill to make me happy?
I feel like I'd have a beer counter and like how much alcohol is in my system, for sure.
Well, that's sad, man. Now you make me feel bad. What are we not doing as friends? that you're saying that's your life.
Well, no, I'm just saying like.
What about like a countdown?
Exactly, a countdown for like New Year's or like video games
Or your death?
or death clock.
I think mine would be a stamina. That'd be my thing. Just
Be like, you climb up the stairs,
the
just
day,
like,
just
look,
like,
I know it's going bad.
Yeah.
I know it's going bad. I gotta
you could
take a
see
break.
what I see. I'm low.
Listen,
This is when your character starts doing the
yeah.
starts doing the wobble. Yeah. I think that'd be it.
Your red bar in there.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I'm red barred. It's flashing right now.
What would be like your ammo counter? Like, what's your most?
I don't know, like how many ropes you could shoot.
Infinite ammo. Hot ropes.
Yeah.
Is that like the theme this week?
I don't know.
The hot ropes Henson special.
The hot ropes happy time cast.
Dude, other than the first time I ever heard in my life Donkey Punch, I have not laughed.
Okay.
I haven't laughed as hard as when I heard Hot Ropes.
Oh my God.
That was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Donkey Punch was just funny because I couldn't believe how absurd it was.
Have you ever seen the Serbian movie?
Okay.
I think they have shows called that in Nevada.
Oh my God.
Back
I'm
to Sesame
so
Street.
fucking lightheaded. I said headlighted.
We're watching like a Sesame Street animation show thing as we're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, the Crocodile King. Remember him? Hell yeah, dude.
Darrell, what would be on your heads up besides the beer and the hot rope counter or whatever it was?
Probably like a countdown to when break will happen for like food.
I like that.
Where it's just like, okay, well, you have 3.5 hours and you just started your shift. But it's kind of like, it would be a curse at the same time because it's like you're working and all of a sudden you're like, fuck!
Yeah, you
And it's
keep
just
looking
like,
at
like
it.
10 minutes later, it seems like an hour and it's just like, son of a bitch! Like, really?
I
That's when
guess like whatever's on the home screen of my phone.
Dude, I'm having
know?
like a whole fucking thing watching this video right now. Like that's freaking man.
Are you regressing, Jake?
Been in the cinnamon gone down.
Did you know that GPS failure is a serious threat? It costs taxpayers $2 million
Look at
per
Lemonheads.
day.
Lemonheads.
I love lemon heads.
I do too. That's my favorite candy of all time.
Is that it? Is that what we're doing? I like it.
I think so.
Heads up display. Let's hear what you got out there. Cyber lunch, cyber bots. Thanks for sticking with us. We want to hear from you. You can email at us cyberlunch1@outlook.com. Hit us up on YouTube or our Facebook page. We are looking forward to seeing you again next week for another lunchroom discussion. Hopefully next week it will probably be
Fantasy football, baby.
fantasy.
Yeah, maybe some fair stuff too.
Antonio
fair too.
Brown.
Yeah, we'll have a little review from the fair probably.
Who's picking up that Todd Gurley? Anyways.
Is that going to be number one, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Number one's up in the air this year.
Le'Veon
man.
Bell is on every list I've seen.
Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, and
Which is ridiculous because
Antonio Brown.
he's looking for a new contract next year, so
It's gonna be David Johnson's year this year.
no.
Latavius Murray is actually a really strong candidate for...
He's going to get his touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's a goal line guy. He ain't going to get you any PPR points, but whatever.
Doesn't matter. Thanks for sticking with us once again. I'm Darrell.
Justin, am I?
Jacob, am I? I don't know. I couldn't think of something original. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
White Claw!
White Claw. If you
Power
have
of
a
the
chance,
claw.
go out there and spend $18 on a 12-pack.
No, don't do that.
No, it's
Unless
worth
you
it.
can.
Unless you can.
Dude, if you can do that with 18-pack with two people.
No, I said 12-pack
No, okay, yeah, have
for
fun.
$18.
If you have the means,
No, I
I
know.
highly recommend one.
With two people, though. Split it with two. You're going to have a lot of
6,
fun.
you'll get fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah, fun.
Real easy. How about those twins?
Who cares? It's almost hockey season, man. Who cares?
Do you think NHL 19 is going to be worth anything?
No,
Really?
no.
You know what the new feature is this year? You're gonna play outdoors.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like, oh well.
I mean, it's cool, but I'm not gonna pay $60 for that.
No, I mean, I was an idiot and bought Madden 19, so whatever.
Look, I mean, you do what you love, Darrell. So I mean, if you like it and you enjoy it, you just don't play with anybody. You just bought it because you.
I bought it and I literally play exhibition games and that's it.
See,
who do I play with? I don't want to get shot.
I mean, I just can't buy it, and it never goes down. It's never like $10.
I know.
It's just
sorry.
stupid. But anyway.
Hey everybody, we love you. Kisses. Shoot us a comment or something for next week for
what the heck?
secret question.
Hurry up,
Eric. I want a secret question from you next week.
Next week, let's hear it, buddy.
Let's get some more guests.
Let's hear.
Come on the show.
No, wait a second. Joshua Stimac, I want a secret question from you next week.
All right, shout out.
Email us. Eric's got his 2 cents in there every goddamn week. So.
Watch his fucking movies, by the way.
I will. I will
right.
watch them this week, I promise.
All right, everybody, we love you. Bye.